This person, they definitely see how you don't mind really benefiting them because you know that they'll benefit you. It's mutual. So it's like a divine union that both of you know exactly what it is that you want and feel as though you need in a relationship in order for it to work. And both of you don't have a problem supplying the need and the want. Okay? Good day, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to Milk Honey Rose. I am Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for being here. So this divine union, in which divine unions, I feel like this is an automatic characteristic of a divine union, is to benefit each other. It's not going to be one-sided. That's a very inaccurate view of what a relationship is meant to be. Relationship. When I just think about that word, relation, and then ship, having relations on a ship. Okay, so a ship is a vessel that transport to and from, right? And then to have relations together on the ship. I mean, you doing things together, right? That's a relationship. That's what it makes me think about. So in order for the plan to work between the divine union, they have to be both contributing to the plan, because one person is not meant to do everything. And if you notice, relationships like this, they crumble, or the one that ends up doing the most is miserable. Okay, they feel miserable, and it's really tough when you see relationships where one person is doing everything, because that person that does everything actually has a desire to serve. That's their love language. It's just that when they get with someone that's not really their divine partner, they become drained and burnt out. And then they're just miserable after that, at that point. And forget it if they have like children at that point, and they have their money is mixed together, and because they're married, it gets very confusing and challenging, and then even more challenging to separate. So that's why it's so important to evaluate these things in the beginning of a relationship when it comes to who's doing what and what is the goal here, instead of just not even thinking about that. I feel like when people don't consider where the relationship is going, it doesn't go well. So it's good to talk about the concrete plans in the beginning, even if they could change, because plans do change. But it's more so about understanding a person's morals, ethics, values, like what's important to them. That right there is so, it's like mandatory to know what's up with a person's mental. Where are they trying to do? I said, where are they trying to do? What are they trying to do? Where they want to go? What is the point of life for them? You know, that might sound extreme, but it's real. It's a real question. And that's how you figure out, like, is this person even aligned with you or not? Okay, now Spirit is also saying, be mindful of someone kind of like trying to tailor themselves to you. Like you tell them something, they're like, oh yeah, I do that too. I like that too. You wouldn't really know that person's aligned with you, and they just not saying anything to get what they want. So keep that in mind. Okay, that's just random side notes that just came to me. So now this particular divine union with this person that's I'm channeling, they appreciate the unity, because this person sees you as like they're equal, even though they could be the head depending on, it's like you both are the head in your own ways, but at the same time, it's like the respect factor is just very, very important in a relationship. Because once respect is lost, oh, forget about it. It's over. Because who's being disrespected? Don't nobody want to be disrespected. Don't nobody want to deal with that. We don't have no time. That's not cute. I think some people think it's like cute to be disrespectful, and then they feel like powerful or something. But that gets like that. I can't even say it gets old, because it shouldn't even be new. So I don't listen. If anybody's disrespecting you and you're allowing them to, you already know that there's a lot inside of you that you want to clear out, because you know better than that, and you want better than that. So this is one of those situations where, just in case, for those who are currently in a relationship that's not that great, it's always a good idea to plan your way to your next phase in life. Okay? And that could be the entry point to you creating your new world, because the one that is ending is the past that you learned from, and you're moving into the new. Okay, now back to this. I keep on getting these side notes in this message. And, there's many of you that listen to these divine messages. So I need to make sure that I'm tapping into all these streams of consciousness that are connecting to this message. So when I do the side notes, just take note. Okay, keep it in mind, because these things are important. They be happening in relationships, and it just be crazy because so many people get stuck here, get stuck in certain instances just because they want to try to make something work that's not working. If it's not working, it's okay, let it go. Your mind will be healthier, you will feel happier inside when you allow situations to end when they're meant to. It becomes a struggle and challenging when you hold on to something that was meant to be let go. Okay? So now back to this divine union relationship. Where are we going? Ask them, like, what is it that you see in your future? What do you see in your future when it comes to a relationship? Do you think you want to be long-term, or do you think you want to be, like, just exploring? Because some people are in an exploratory phase when it comes to meeting people. And to each his own, if that's what they want to do. However, if that's not what you want to do, then you could say, oh, okay, that's cool. It's just not for me, but I'm glad I know, what you about, what you thinking about, where your mind is at, what's important to you, because that's important to them, but it doesn't mean that it has to be important to you. It's okay to not agree on everything, because that's just what it is sometimes. Okay, but now I just did another side note. I don't know, there's a lot of side notes coming into this message this morning. Okay, but in a relationship, a divine union, this is one of those relationships where it's going to go in the same direction. It's going to be congruent. Okay, so it makes sense. It's going to make sense. The two of you being together is going to make sense, and they're going to know, just because of the conversations that you have with one another and your goals and what is important to the both of you. It will make sense, and you will know, oh, this is my person. You will be able to feel it, as long as you're being honest with yourself and not just making up a story in your mind. Okay, congruent is in agreement of harmony. Okay? And that's the word that just came up. And when I thought of the word, which I haven't said that in a long while, I thought about that word. When I said congruent, I think about for some reason I was thinking about 2 points and then a line connecting the points. And it's like an even pace moving forward. That's what I saw in my mind when I said congruent. So I said, let me look it up. And it says in agreement or harmony. So yes, this is one of those important factors in a relationship. To have an agreement that's in harmony. That is so important. Oh my goodness. Because a lot of times people get in relationships and there will be no type of agreement. There will be nothing. It just be in between the sheets activities and then something cooking in the oven. They be like, ooh, what's that? That's not mine. That's your muffin. That's not my muffin. Don't nobody got time. Nobody got time. Okay, so if you want a divine union, ensure that there's an agreement in the beginning. Like, is this something? Listen, it gotta be concrete. You gotta take time with yourself, take time with the person, so that you don't eat up some lies, okay? Because divine unions are real. It's a thing, and to have one is very special. And as long as you take time with yourself to know exactly what means something to you by not being afraid to voice your opinion on things, and just to understand how a person feels about who you truly are. And it just makes sense, because then you're going to know that you are accepted for who you are. And this person in a divine union, this energy does accept you for who you are, because who you are is in alignment with them. So when you get into a divine union and there's a relationship and you align with one another, you can't go wrong there, because it's just beautiful. And it is congruent. The agreement and harmony. That's a beautiful relationship to be in. Because even when you might disagree on something, you learn how to compromise if you've never done that before, or if it's just new to you or whatever. You're going to have a desire to compromise, because there's going to be so much love between the two of you that you figure it out together. I just heard there's nothing that we can't figure out together. It's how this person feels. There's nothing that we can't figure out together. That's like teamwork, That's you and your partner being on a team. You and your person. You're on a team, and everything you do, you work in the best interest of each other, which is why you benefit each other and you complement each other. That is beautiful. Okay, so if this is the type of relationship that you see is a great fit for you, put it in the comments. This right here is a great fit for me. This relationship is the relationship. Is the ship that I want to be on. Okay? So, I think that's it for this message. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you feel my vibe, especially if this message does resonate with you. If you would like to book a healthy conversation, you can by visiting www.milkhoneyRose.org. And also, if you would like to join the membership here on YouTube, you can, just to support me. And I appreciate all of those who do decide to join in advance. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next message.